I'll wait a second for everyone to get their spots. We're running just a little late tonight. All right. If everyone would please rise, we'll have an invocation by Mr. Henry, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Mr. Henry.
Our most heavenly Father, we just thank you for this time, Lord, that we could devote our time and energy, Lord, to do the best that you just said. We ask your divine help, Lord, in making our decisions. And we thank you, Heavenly Father, for all the strength and the abilities that you have given each of us. And Heavenly Father, we depend on you daily to guide us, to direct us. Everything it takes to do so. Oh, you create us and you control us. Be with our safety forces. Bless them. Take care of them. Thank you for having us such structure, Lord. Watch out. Watch us out for our safety. Takes care of us when we hurt ourselves. When we fall. Be with our servicemen and women, Lord. On his way. Keep them safe. Bring them home to their families. And be with their families. Bless them. Bless all the saints out with them.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. Yeah. Roll call.
Wesley,
Here.
Henry,
Here.
Johnson,
Here.
Kelly,
Here.
Wow,
Here.
Cole, here, Crable,
Here. All right, everyone's here. Need approval of the minutes of September 3rd, 2013. Motion and second to approve. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Election appointments, there are none. Special orders committees, none. Unfinished business, none. Brings us to petitions and communications.
notice from the Ohio Division of Liquor Control regarding a license for American Company, DBA Giant Eagle, 6523 Southwood Shopping Center, 553 Hebron Road, Unit 45, Heath, Ohio, 43056.
President,
Mr. Crable.
we do not request a public hearing for Giant Eagle on 553 Hebron Road.
A motion and second not to request a hearing. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
Mr. President,
Mr. Crable.
motion to receive and file.
Second. Motion to receive and file. Communication. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Now brings us to visitors. Any visitor would like to speak, approach the podium, state your name and address, and announce your concerns. Seeing none, no address, we'll move on to committee reports. Finance and budget, Mr. Crable.
Mr. President, Finance Committee met this evening. We have three legislative requests. First one appropriate $6,944.92 for Matthew Strider's donation to the emergency EMS squad supplies. Second item, appropriate $950 general fund, which is donated funds to the police materials and supplies. Purchase 50th anniversary photograph frames. Third item, appropriate $13,000 for the CMI server. $7,800 for the general fund, $2,600 for the water fund, and $2,600 for the wastewater fund. Entered an agreement with Data Network Services, a local, for $7,800 and Creative Microsystems for $5,200. So I go a little higher. That's all we have. Other, Alexander, anything else?
Nothing else, sir.
Tim Geller.
Thank you. Thanks. Public services, Mr. Morrow.
Thank you, Mr. President. The next meeting of the Public Service Committee will be next Monday, September 23rd at 5:30. Anything else, Mr. Geller?
Nothing to add, thank you. Thank you. Public safety, Mr. Johnson.
Thank you, Mr. President. Public safety event Monday, September the 9th. We begin at 5:30 p.m. with police. Under August statistics, there were 1,621 calls for service. Out of those, 122 were offense reports, 55 arrests, 35 accidents, and 120 med citations. For overtime usage in August, it was $14,237 with year-to-date total of $82,663. For the false alarms, there were 22 commercial and 6 residential. There was one legislative request to appropriate $950 within the general fund and transfer it to police office supplies, purchase 50th anniversary photo and frame. That $950 represents the amount that was donated to the police department for that purpose. With that, we adjourned 2 minutes later at 5:32, and moved on to fire. Under August statistics for fire, there were 32 fire roads with 280 year-to-date total. There were 178 EMS runs with year-to-date total of 1,322. There were 91 transports with year-to-date total of 723. For the medical aids given, there were 32, and medical aids received, there were a total of 26. For the legislature's request, there was one for a Shriner donation. It was $6,944.92, and that donation was made for Shriners to be specifically used for the fire service. On the monthly expense report, August 2013 wages are $64,162.80, with a total overtime of $25,141.75. Under equipment, engine 2 and medic 9 have been repaired. Air pack equipment, they need to be replacing the air packs, and the chief may be coming to us and asking for some money from Fire Levy 1 to help pay for that. Under personnel, the Corps is in physical therapy. Under training, there's a pipeline safety awareness for responders and public officials. It's a training that is on September 26th at 6 p.m. at Heath Fire Department. Under old business, Chief did meet about the new EMS software, and he did report that the EMS contract does state that we do have to pay $3 per call. He's going to have even more information at the next meeting. Under new business, we're going to be loaning out Newark Township Fire Department, Fire Prevention Trailer on October 6th. And then we are going to have our Fire Prevention Open House October 12th from 1 to 5 at Station 1. With that, we adjourned at 6:01. Chief Hyman, do you have anything to add?
Nothing right now, thank you.
Chief Shepherd, do you have anything?
No, sir.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Streets and drainage, Mr. Heath.
Thank you, Mr. President. Streets and Drainage Committee met this evening. It was called to order at 5:30. Street Superintendent Bob Geller gave his report. First on the agenda, the paving is complete except for some concrete work on curbs on Franklin Avenue. They will be doing this week. We are happy with the contractor's work. The concrete work is really good, and hope they will bid on other projects. Second item, painting white and yellow lines. We're working on that this week. We'll do as much as we can. The cost for our paint is $18,000 to $19,000. Third item, maintenance on trucks. We're getting ready for winter. We'll still have a transmission problem on the trucks. We only have 6 workers in the street department right now, and we could be down to 4 within the next year and a half. The fourth item on berming on the east side and South 30th Street. We're doing this work now. The mayor wanted to know if there's any way we could go off the road a little bit more to necessitate the runoff water. On Boucher and Irving, if we do that as a problem, we will look into it. Fifth item, fogging is ending soon. Possibly this Tuesday and Friday could be the end of that. Sixth item is bucket truck replacement. We need these badly. 1990 is 23 years old. We've got a 94 and a 97. We need to replace the bed on the 1990. If we do it ourselves, it's about $4,000, and if we have it done, it'd be about $6,800. Yeah. Okay, thank you. We just need to look at the possibilities of replacing one a year. A new bucket truck would cost about $100,000 to $150,000. We use this quite a bit. Bob said he will give it updates on what we could possibly do, and the mayor asked Bob to check into the possibility of getting used. Under the seventh item was the Berkshire ditch work, who was asked by Aaron Kelly, a resident, if there's a possibility that we could do some of the work and that he would pay for the other part. The part of the work that we would have to pay for would cost for the ditch. Cleaning of the ditch was $955, and the piping and catch basin that needs to be replaced
under other, is brought up about, talking about the Overland and Andover lights, and they should be ready to go by September 3rd. The mayor also commented on the Advocate article on the meeting. He said it was really about spot on, and they did a pretty good job of covering the subject. With nothing else to report, the meeting adjourned at 5:55 p.m. Bob, anything else you'd like to add?
Nothing.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Parks and Recreation, David Shea, Mrs. Cole.
Thank you, Mr. President. Parks and Recreation, David Shea, met this evening at 5:56. First item on the agenda was a pool report. Director Geller provided a detailed comparison of 2012 versus 2013. He reported that revenues have been going down the last couple of years. Last year's revenue was down in part due to the storm, which cost us approximately $25,000 in revenue. An insurance claim was filed. And we did receive $34,000 to cover some of the items that were damaged, as well as about $20,000 in lost revenue, which was added to our revenue for the year. Started off good with pre-sale, and then with bad weather, it hurt our membership sales. He is currently considering increasing the incentive by early memberships, so hopefully we get people early on. Minimum wages continue to climb, which continues to be an issue. But they did a pretty good job keeping payroll costs down with effective management. Overall, memberships were down, walk-ins were down, but our gross profit for the year was $430,128.74 compared to $486,6522 in 2012, with a net income of minus $101,750.91 versus minus $52,389.83 for 2012. But we paid $144,368.76 towards debt service. There may be a few additional expenses that aren't in yet, but overall that's the report for this year. Councilman Kelly suggested that I would consider having a coupon special to encourage attendance, maybe $1 off for a certain day or arriving by a certain time. So we may be able to be creative with that. Second item on the agenda was the playground equipment at Gelman Park. The equipment is in. Robertson Construction will be putting in the anchor post for the playground equipment, and Eddie Hunt is working with them to establish a date for assembly as a community event. Third item is the pool roof. Director Geller would like to have the pool roof and skylight ordinance waived this evening to get this done as soon as possible. The next item on the agenda was the department head vehicle replacement. He reported that he's having some major issues with this vehicle and will need to consider replacement at some point in the future. It's a 1998 with 120,000 miles on it. Under other items, he provided an update on the Blackboard alert system that the city is contracted for. This is a system that will be able to send out emails, text messages, phone messages, etc., to get information out to the citizens of Heath about emergencies, community events, weather, and all those kinds of things. The launch date is going to be early October. Information about sign up is already on the website, and we will have our water bills. And then we adjourn at 6:39. Jim, Dad, Bob?
Nothing.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Planning Commission, Mr. Kramer.
Mr. President, Planning Commission will meet Thursday, September 26th, 7 p.m. Mr. Brock, anything? Mr. John? Thank you.
Thanks. Brings us to introduction of ordinances. Ordinance 78, 2013.
Ordinance 78, 2013, an ordinance authorizing the appropriation of $53,900 within the capital improvement funds of the pool fund for smooth roofing to repair the bathhouse roof at the Heath City Waterfall according to bids received.
Mr. President,
Mrs. Cole.
I'd like to make a motion that we waive the second reading of ordinance 78, 2013.
Motion and a second to waive. Roll call.
Petrин,
Yes.
Henry,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Kelly,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Cole,
Yes.
Grable,
Yes.
Motion waived been approved.
Mr. President,
Mrs. Cole.
I'd like to make a motion that we adopt ordinance 78, 2013.
A motion and a second. Any comments or discussion?
Mr. President,
Mayor Jones.
just a point of information, we've discussed for a number of months now the condition of the roof above the facility there at the entrance to the water park. And we believe it's critical that it get addressed before it starts to turn cold. And this, waiving this, passing this along with ordinance 79 will help us to accomplish that goal. Bob, do you have anything else on that?
We just want to get it started as soon as we can.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Any other comments or discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Heath,
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Kelly.
Yes.
Morrow.
Yes.
Cole.
Yes.
Craven.
Yes.
Ordinance 78, 2013 has been adopted. Ordinance 79, 2013.
Ordinance 79, 2013, an ordinance authorizing the appropriation of an amount not to exceed $21,000 within the capital improvement fund to the pool fund to buy and install a skylight to the bathhouse roof at the Heath City Water Park.
Mr. President,
Mrs. Gould.
I'd like to make a motion to waive the second reading on ordinance 79, 2013.
A motion and a second to waive. Roll call.
Heath,
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Kelly.
Yes.
Morrow.
Yes.
Cole.
Yes.
Craven.
Yes.
Motion to waive has been approved.
Mr. President,
Mrs. Gould.
I'd like to make a motion to adopt ordinance 79, 2013.
Motion and a second to adopt 79, 2013. Any comments or discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Heath,
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Kelly.
Yes.
Morrow.
Yes.
Cole.
Yes.
Craven.
Ordinance 79, 2013 has been adopted. Ordinance 80, 2013.
Ordinance 80, 2013, an ordinance authorizing the appropriation of $6,944.97 within the general fund to fire materials and supplies from the Rapid Shriners Hospital donation.
Mr. President,
Mr. Johnson.
I'd like to make a motion that we waive the second reading on ordinance 80, 2013.
Second. A motion and a second to waive. Roll call.
Heath,
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Kelly.
Yes.
Morrow.
Yes.
Cole.
Yes.
Craven.
Yes.
Motion waived and approved.
Mr. President,
Mr. Johnson.
motion to adopt ordinance 80, 2013.
Second.
A motion and a second to adopt ordinance 80, 2013. Any comments or discussion?
Mr. President.
Very much.
Appreciate council waiving 80, 2013 and seek their approval to appropriate. First of all, I also want to mention thank you to the Latin Shriners for donating this money to the fire department. Our department submitted to their organization a letter detailing various items. And Chief Hyde, correct me if I'm wrong, those items primarily involved infant EMS care, is that right?
That's correct. Pediatric.
Pediatric?
Yes.
So we submitted to them a list of items that we would like to be able to purchase if the Shriners were able to help us pay for that. This donation of $6,944.97 was for that purpose, and I've instructed Chief Huggins to purchase with this money those items that are on that list. If for some reason this dollar amount does not cover all of the costs of the items that are on that list, I've instructed him not to exceed this amount in the purchase of those items. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Any other comments or discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Heath,
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Kelly.
Yes.
Morrow.
Yes.
Cole.
Yes.
Craven.
Yes.
Ordinance 80, 2013 has been adopted. Ordinance 81, 2013.
Ordinance 81, 2013, an ordinance authorizing the appropriation of $950 within the general fund to police materials and supplies to purchase 50th anniversary photographs and frames.
Mr. President,
Mr. Johnson.
I make a motion that we waive the second reading on ordinance 81, 2013.
Second.
A motion and a second to waive. Roll call.
Heath,
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Kelly.
Yes.
Morrow.
Yes.
Cole.
Yes.
Craven.
Motion to waive has been approved.
Mr. President,
Mr. Johnson.
I make a motion that we adopt ordinance 81, 2013.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt ordinance 81, 2013. Any comments or discussion?
Mr. President.
There goes.
Thank you. Similar to ordinance 80, first of this money was raised for this individual purpose. Becky, correct me if I'm wrong, I think you were helpful in obtaining some of the funding for this. So thank you for your efforts toward that. So This is just directing the money where it was intended upon donation.
Any other comments or discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Hudley,
Yes.
Henry,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Kelly,
Yes.
Tomorrow,
Yes.
Cole,
Yes.
Crable.
Yes. Ordinance 81, 2013. adopted. Brings us to ordinance 82, 2013.
Ordinance 82, 2013, an ordinance authorizing and directing the mayor to enter into an agreement with ODOT to install rock bolts and rock walls above State Route 13.
Ordinance 82, 2013, they held the second reading. Brings us to ordinances on second reading. Ordinance 76, 2013.
Ordinance 76, 2013, an ordinance authorizing the appropriation of $19,296 within the wastewater replacement fund to cover a change order for Terra Valley Excavating Inc. to switch from directional boring to jack and bore to replace 2 lift stations.
Mr. President,
Mr. Marvin.
I'd like to make a motion to adopt ordinance number 76, 2013.
Second.
I have a motion to second to adopt ordinance 76, 2013. Any comments or discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Heffley,
Yes.
Henry, Johnson,
Yes.
Kelly,
Yes.
Morrow,
Yes.
Cole,
Yes.
Crable.
Yes. Ordinance 76, 2013 has been adopted. Resolutions on first reading are none. Resolutions on second reading, none. Brings us to reports of city officials. Mayor Johnson.
Mr. President, welcome, Becky. Ma'am, I'm sorry, I don't know that I know you. What is your name?
My name's Ashley.
Oh,
Hi.
well, welcome.
Thank you.
Just wanted to make mention, this coming Sunday is actually the beginning of fall. So summer has come to almost to an end. And that's really all I got tonight, Mr. President. Thank you.
Thank you. Brings us to Auditor Alexander.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just want to welcome everybody. And I wondered if Mrs. Geller was going to comment on the anniversary of Mrs. Brumine. Is it Sue?
Yeah, I did the last.
Did you do it?
Yeah.
Oh, you were.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
You were here.
Oh, yeah, I didn't understand. But I can say it again.
If you want me to mention it, I was.
Yeah, I
If
did.
you already have, I won't.
She's doing a great job. I know.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Law Director Morrison.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have nothing to report.
Let's start down there with Doug. Mr. Hector.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to welcome you here this evening. The only thing I would like to do is at this present time, I'd like to give my condolences to the family of Tom's son. Detective for many years here in the city of Heath. Good friend. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Marvin.
Mr. President, everybody in attendance. Couple of things here, just to get them on the record. I talked to about this before, but that pop machine out there is very disturbing to me. I don't want to walk outside. I'll pay the extra for it. But it's always on product. So,
The one out there in the lobby?
yeah. Just a small thing. Trying to stay with the soles on my shoes. And the second thing I have, I haven't had a chance to talk to Chief Shepherd about this, but I had a call today concerning loud music late at night, and they promised him that I wasn't going to be able to do a pop recording to verify this. But apparently Captain Jack's has an outside speaker that runs late. So I just want to get that on record too. Kind of runs Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So
Mr. Johnson.
Mr. President, welcome everybody.
Mrs. Cole.
Thank you, Mr. President. I also just want to welcome everyone, welcome our newest guest.
Mr. Henry.
Okay, first thing, our community development committee will meet the 5th of August at 5:30. John, do you have anything?
No, I'm glad we're still here.
Okay, and last question. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Cletus, for pointing that out that I missed that.
Not a big deal.
Poor Cletus. Poor Cletus. Mr. Cable.
He will always keep you sharp. Welcome everyone. That's it.
Lynn, anything, Lynn? Cletus, I was gonna save you for last. The best idea last. That's all right, that's all right. All right, let's see, anyone that has a birthday on October 3rd can go first tonight.
I have nothing to
All right. Anyone that has a husband that's gonna have a birthday on October 3rd can go next.
Nothing, thank you.
Okay. Anyone that has a cousin that I don't know how you might be related. Anyone that has the same first name. Chief Shepherd, anything?
No, sir.
Chief Huggins?
Nothing, thank you.
I don't have anything else either. So I guess we'll move on to new business. This is none. Reading the bids. None. Miscellaneous.
Mr. President, I did have mine for miscellaneous.
All right.
I have shared with this council previously the idea that at the end, this spring, our collective bargaining agreements with our bargaining units are up. And you will recall 3 years ago, myself and Mr. Heffley worked with the bargaining units to hammer out those agreements to what I believe provided significant cost savings to the city. On more than one occasion this year, I have reminded council that the collective bargaining agreements are not my agreements. They are this body's agreements. And that if this body is interested in having me try to perform the same role that I did 3 years ago, that number one, I wanted this body to formally direct me to do so, and two, I wanted this body to sit down with me and share information, ideas, things that this body is interested in seeing in the next collective bargaining agreements, so that if I am the one that's trying to help spearhead the negotiation, that I'm not flying blind. To date, I have not received any formal notification that this body would like for me to head up that process. And I certainly haven't received any information at all from anybody about what you'd like to see be in these agreements or not be in these agreements or what have you. We are to the point now where, frankly, I would have wanted to reach out to the bargaining units and let them know that I'm interested in starting to talk, because I know that's what we did 3 years ago. We started early in the fall, since there weren't any attorneys in the room, and it was just, us trying to do it. So if this body wants me to do that, you need to direct me to do so. And you also need to, in short order, come up with what you want me to do. I need some direction and some guidance and some ideas. So if you want me to do this, I need you guys to step up, and I need you to tell me what you want. So I just wanted to let council know the sand is running out of the hourglass pretty quick. I think if we're going to be able to take the same approach that we did 3 years ago, which saved, again, I think the city a lot of money and not having to pay outside attorney fees to handle this whole process. So that's all I have under miscellaneous, and I'm looking to you guys for the next step.
Before I go to you, Dick, I'm gonna ask the law director a question. Do we have to have a formal meeting to decide something like that? I don't ever remember before, everyone, I thought it was just always the mayor and the law director, or the mayor, and go over it. Or should we, I guess, the mayor, are you looking for us to have an actual vote?
If you want to pass a resolution, or at least give me a letter from this body saying, hey, we're fine with you doing it, that's fine.
I mean,
And as far as what information or clauses or aspects of the contracts that you want to see changed or whatever, we can have an executive session to discuss things like that.
I guess I just assumed you were gonna do it, it was a done deal, I guess I take out of my responsibility that I didn't push forward on it. But I don't remember 3 years ago, or any time I've ever been on council, ever having a resolution passing for who's gonna actually do the negotiations. We just said, do it, we did it, you know, whoever it was, whether it be you or other mayors, other law directors, whatever, I don't ever remember. And I saw law director, do we need something, or just, or what do we need? I mean,
Well, I don't think you need a resolution, but we have to draft one and have that at the next meeting or a special meeting if you want to have one anytime.
I mean, I have no problem with it, I'm just saying, I didn't never.
Why can't I make a motion that just tell Mark to go ahead to it?
Well, I think that'd be sufficient if that's what you want to do.
That's fine with me too. Like I said, I just want something from this body saying that's what you want me to do, and then just as importantly, if not more importantly, I need you guys to tell me what you want.
Okay, so, before I entertain your motion, since Mr. Morrow wanted to speak first, before I interrupted him there, so, Mr. Morrow, do you want to say something before we have a motion or anything?
Yeah, I just like to make a comment that in the meeting I said that if I had anything specific I needed brought up, I would bring it up, otherwise I would back what Mayor Glenn, and I guess I need to be admonished that I shirked my duty because I told you if I had a problem or had anything specific, I would get with you. So it's not like I just totally backed out. Thank you.
Okay, so I guess at this time I'll entertain if someone wants to make a motion. The mayor and.
No, the rest of them.
I would really feel privileged if this body would act and want me to. I would like to work with the mayor.
And what's your track record also?
Okay, so the motion, as I have it, is that the mayor and Councilman Heffley will be the negotiating team. And I have a second from Mr. Cable. Any comments or discussion? Yes, Ms. School.
I just wanted to say that I think it is important, as Mark stated, that we do get together and come up with a list of what we expect out of those negotiations, what we'd like to see, because I don't think we did that the last time. And I think that would be very helpful to him, and it would be good for all of us to have that input. So I'm very supportive of that.
So I guess the next thing is that after we have a vote on this, it passes, is to maybe set a time to get together to get you information, or just ask you to you or whatever.
That'd be fine.
Okay.
So we could have an executive session and discuss things like their contract negotiations like that. So.
That'd be good. Okay. Any other comments on the motion or discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Heffley?
Sound good?
Heffley?
Yeah. Ask the law director, Doug, if you have a question on that.
What's nothing, just to abstain.
No, you don't.
Honestly, yes.
Henry?
Yeah.
Johnson?
Yes.
Kelly?
Yes.
Morrow?
Yes.
Cole?
Yes.
Cable?
Yes. Okay, so motion carries. So Mayor, you and Doug, Councilman Heffley, be the negotiating committee, and then we'll get together, or if people have ideas, things you wanna see in it, I mean, get with them to give them information, then we probably ought to have an executive session pretty quick, I would say. Could we have it, like, our next committee meeting, which, next Monday? If everyone's gonna be at, would everyone be at the next committee meeting? Oh, as far as one. Is everyone else gonna be able to be here next Monday for a committee meeting? Or we can get started a little bit on? Next Monday, could everyone be here next Monday for the committee meeting, after the committee meeting, have an executive session just to talk about negotiations? Okay, we'll do that, and then we'll keep you informed for tomorrow, and then if we need more, we can do that. Would that be all right? Just get the ball rolling, okay.
Thank you.
Sounds good. Any other miscellaneous? A motion to adjourn, for a second, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Carried.
Thank you.
Yes.